Hello everybody. Today I thought I would play around with a new little digital that I was sent by Nicola from the Paper Cameo, and this is called Paper Angel, and it's an angel decoration for Christmas, or you could also use this in your journals and things like that, or just as a decorative piece in your craft room or something like that. There's many things you could use this for. It also comes with a variety of different wings, so you can turn her into an angel or a fairy, or you can leave them off completely. Now it has instructions. I didn't realize these were instructions. I printed them out, which is nice for me, but you don't have to print the instructions out. You can just read them, and it shows you how to make the standing card. And I have printed mine at half size. So the actual angel would normally be, probably close to about 7 inches. But I don't want her that big, so I'm going to be doing it at half the size. In the actual download that you get, the angel comes flipped as well. So you've got her facing this way and you've got her facing that way, which is really nice, especially for people that don't have an editing kind of photo program where they can't flip their images themselves. It's really nice to have that now. So I've printed that at half size. I've printed my wings at half size, and then I've gone again and I've printed it even smaller, which is a quarter of the size of the original, because I'm not quite sure where I'm headed with this. It does say to print it, for best results, to print it on 200 GSM paper, which I have done because I accidentally bought 200 GSM paper a little while ago, which is nice, but I might even make that a bit thicker. I'm thinking, because we get a lot of humidity here, so paper products, they don't hold up that well. So I have some double-sided taped paper here, and what I think I will do is I'm going to double mine, and I don't know if this is going to be easy or not, but that's going to give it a real sturdiness to make it even thicker. I can't get thicker paper through my printer. I think I've mentioned before that my printer it's not an expensive printer. It's a budget Canon printer. And so, it doesn't do a lot of things that fancy printers might do. So I have this double-sided sticky back paper. I haven't used this before, so let's just hope I know what I'm doing here, that I can line it up all right. So it shouldn't be too hard, she says. It doesn't actually have to be perfect because, I'm cutting the image out anyway, aren't I? I'm sat down, so it's a little bit hard. Oh, close enough is good enough. There we go. Like I said, I'm cutting the images out anyway. So I'm doing that. Oh, that might be handy to keep for, when you're gluing and things like that. So I'm going to keep the backing paper. I'll slide it under here. That way I know it's there. Okay, so I've got that. Now I've got to take the, oops, I've got a bit of a wrinkle. Oh dear. And now I need to take the other side of this off. Okay. Oh, it's really sticky. And get my images. And like I said, it really doesn't need, it's actually lined up perfectly to the sticky paper. that one as well. They'll be handy. Instead of having to find a piece of wax paper, that'll be handy to have. Okay. That saves me having to glue them together. Of course, you can just glue them together. I have one of these. Just to secure it down a little. Nice and flat. Okay. So I've got that, and I've got another sheet here, but I don't think I need a full sheet for the wings. So I need to, we'll just cut those out. Put my instructions over there so I see what I'm doing. So I can put that there. Do I want the other ones? No, I don't. So that's all I need to do. So basically I can cut that in half so I'm not wasting half a sheet of the sticky paper. I'm not going to glitter them before I cut them out, simply because I think it's easier to glitter them afterwards. Okay, and it also says, because it has little tabs down the bottom here, it says on the instructions, if you can add a little bit extra than what the line is, it will help with stability. So I think I'll just add, about another 1/4 of an inch to those. So if I cut, there's those scissors again. If I cut here close to her head, but leaving her head, that way that'll give me just a little bit more room. Not a huge amount, but that one will have a little bit more. Okay, good scissors for cutting. But these are usually really nice to use. These are Couture Creations, I think they were. Yeah, Couture Creations. And I really like these scissors. So, first of all, I'm going to just roughly cut, because it's much easier to work with smaller pieces when you're cutting things out than bigger pieces. So I'll do that. And on the instructions, it shows you where the fold line is. And then it's faded out, the little part that gets folded back a little bit. Now, obviously, those are not shown on the original that you print out, but they do have little arrows here and here indicating, and it's on a slight angle. It won't be a straight line, it's just slightly angled to help with the look of the piece when it's finished. But you don't have that fold line indicated, simply because you don't want to be seeing that. So just bear that in mind. So it's handy to have your instructions where you can see them. So I will go ahead now and cut these out, and some wings and things, and then I'll be back. So now that I've cut the two fairies out, what I'm doing is very carefully, I've got an archival ink here. It's coffee colour. It's still quite dark, and I don't want it too dark. So what I'm doing is I'm getting most of the ink off, and I'm just gently going around the edge just to sort of soften if there's any white edges. Okay, I've already done the wings. I'm going to be using, oops, I'm going to be using these little ones here, like the fairy wings. They kind of go more with my colour scheme. I tend to decorate more with blues at Christmas time. Now this sheet here, if you want to use the wings on here and have two the same, you will have to print it out twice. On the sheet that's the image is flipped, you get the two fairy wings and you get the angel, like bird type wings as well. And that's what that looks like. And that's what that looks like. I just think the little fairy ones are a little bit more whimsical, so I'm going with those. Right, let me just put that over there. I did extend this a little bit and I've cut the triangles out as well. Now, if you wanted to use this as a gift card, all you have to do is cut that white piece off and fold your paper the same way and then write on the back of it. And, well, you don't even have to cut that off. They could just use that to sit on the, you know, on a bench or something as well. But you can cut it off and use it as a gift card or leave it on and have it still as a standing card. Okay, so next we need to know where to fold. Oh, okay. So that's quite easy. There's a little dent in there and there's a little dent in there, and that's where we fold. Making sure I've got the right one. That like that. And as you can see, it is on a slight angle. So it flares out to the bottom a little bit like that. And then, of course, we fold over our bases. Now it's just slightly off, but I don't think that will make too much. There we go, nice firm fold, and let's just do the same with the side ones. I've got a slit in my paper. I was cutting something and I cut through. There we go. So nice and firm, and they go in like that, and then she will stand up. So how does she stand up? Like that, on a shelf, of course. I guess like that. So the longer you leave those, the firmer it will be. It's not a great surface. Let's glue our wings on. I'm just going to bend those a little bit, like that, in two places rather than in half, and decide where, like between the shoulder blades, like that. Yeah. And I might just tilt them slightly rather than have them straight. I might just tilt them slightly like that, although that's fairly straight. Okay, what glue? Let's just do that. I have some craft glue here. We will use Helmar Premium Craft Glue. Okay, so a bit of glue on here. that. Right. I'll let that dry and then I'll tilt them back. There. Okay. That's it. Okay, like that. So let her dry. All right, so they're both drying now. That one, I've discovered it's the fan above me. I have a fan on. I think things like this are difficult. Well, it's like Christmas cards in general. If you're in a hot climate, you have ceiling fans, your cards fall over. What I think I might do is glue like a metal weight behind them so they don't keep falling over, because that will just drive me batty if they're always falling over. What I also wanted to do and thought about was these quarter size ones here. I'm just see that's there we go. Okay, let's have a look at these. And I'm not going to double the thickness with these simply because they're smaller. And I thought if they're smaller, they won't need to be as thick. I don't know how I'm going to do this, so I'll fast forward the cutting parts, and I'm just going to kind of roughly cut around this because I don't know what will and what won't be seen in what I want to do. Okay, so I have, that's the smaller quarter size one printed out. I've cut the tabs off the front there, and what I've done is I've actually cut the little fairy out without the flowers, and I'm going to glue those together the same as the wings. I've already cut the wings out. I just need to see there's a slight mark. Now I can either ink that might be the way to go, rather than see, your cutting isn't always perfect on both pieces. It's like they're printed perfectly, but cutting, you know, you're always cutting slightly different, aren't you? So okay, and so I will just ink a little bit as well, just to finish it off a bit. There we go, that looks all right. So we've inked around the wings a bit, and they need to be put on before the little fairy goes together. But then, of course, I just want to slightly ink around her as well, not too much. Okay, like that. I'm going to put glue on one side. Now, I've got some tacky glue here, and that should be working fine. That held the wings together just fine. So I'll put the tacky glue on one. Like that. Just hold it for a minute. And I didn't quite cut around her arm because I thought it might make it a little bit too weak. So I've just left a little bit of background in there. Okay, making sure the wings are how you would like them. I kind of like them how I had them here. So just sort of I can just see them at the bottom of her sleeve a little bit there. But before anything else, I need to get just, oh, where did I put it? I'm thinking. All right, I can use some of this instead. I'll use just a bit of thread instead. I was going to use some sparkly one. I can't remember. I haven't got my Christmas things out. Okay, so we're going to make a little hanger. So I think I'll knot that. In there. Like that. And you can use your tacky glue if you want. I'll just use a little bit of this craft glue. And lay that in there like that. I don't know how long, maybe like that. Just lay that down there. Right. And now we want to be gluing our fairy together. Hopefully we can get this tacky glue. It does dry fairly quickly, so you've got to move fairly quickly, and hopefully my cutting is okay. Let's have a look. Not bad. We can fix it. Okay, like that. Okay. Right, just let me trim up the little bits. Not too bad. Okay, a little bit of ink. Oh, that's not the right ink. Where's my ink? Over here. Oh, I hope I haven't. I forgot I was using this one. I have to be careful of the neck, but there is the string in there, so that will help to strengthen it a bit too. There we go. Okay. So there's our little fairy decoration. And how lovely would that be to slip inside a Christmas card for somebody? You could mail it in a card. It wouldn't be any extra weight or anything like that, and they could use that on their Christmas tree. And with this one, I was thinking how lovely that would be inside a Christmas journal as a tuck spot or something like that. It would be really, really pretty along the bottom of a page. I will more than likely make another little decoration with it myself though, but that's just a thought that they could be used for that as well. Okay, so now I want to add a little bit of glitter to this, I think, and I'm thinking I've got that one's got different colours in it. Just got to get the right one here. Okay, maybe I'll have to use that one. I don't know where the other one is. And this one's dimensional, so I don't want to use that. So we'll use this. And this is Stardust by Stickles. Let me just see if it's coming out all right. I mean, it will be very pretty. And decide where you want to put it. Put it anywhere. I mean, it's Christmas decoration, isn't it? So in her hair, of course. Well, in the flowers on her hair. And of course you'll have to do one side, allow it time to dry, and then do the other side. So that's her hair all sparkly. You could do around her wings, just like that. That. Oh, I do prefer the clear one rather than the coloured one, but like that. Like that. Maybe I'll find the other one, I hope so. It's still very pretty though, it's sparkly. On her bow, definitely. Like that. Like that. And I might even just put a little bit around the neckline as well. There we go. And the bottom of her skirt. I think we'll just put a bit around the bottom. Like that. Like that. Yeah, that's quite pretty. Maybe a little bit more so it stands out a bit more. There. And I'll let that dry and then I'll flip it over and do the same on the other side. Can you see? Oh, I hope that's picking up. A little bit of sparkle there. Looks really pretty. I've got to find somewhere to hang it to dry. There we go. I got somewhere. And that's pretty. Yeah. And how lovely is that to put in a card for somebody as well. Now with these ones, I'm going to try and find my clear stickles. I know I've got some because I don't particularly want them all you know, I was thinking of putting it with that little screen I made using the Let It Snow kit from Paper Cameo as well. And on that one, I did use the Nouveau Glitter Drops, and this is in, I think it's Gold Coast. Gold Coast. So I could use that because it would blend in nicely. Make sure it's coming out all right. So let's have a look. Of course, around her flowers, so I'll probably just put it in the same places like that. Just picks up the light. Like that, that's pretty. And then of course I can add a little bit on the flowers, just, you know, picking up the flower a bit. Like that. And there, and no, put there. maybe just a bit speckled around those flowers, like that. Like that. That looks nice, yeah. Okay, I'll go ahead and do the other one as well. And let those dry. So the glitter's all dried now, and I think they look very pretty. I am, however, having a little bit of a problem getting them to stand. This is not completely flat, so that's one problem. But like I said, ceiling fans, and I have them in every room, so it's not just in here. So what I've done is I kind of bent it, you know, to the shape I think it's going to be, and sat it on a piece of paper and drew around that shape, and I've come up with this. I've folded a piece in half, and what I thought I might do is just slide that into there and glue that on, and with having the extra base on it, I'm hoping that it wouldn't fall over as much. And even if it did, then, you know, I could put something on it to weight it down that would be a bit bigger. So I'm going to try that, I think, and see how that goes. I'll put some glue, just tacky glue, and hopefully, because they are very pretty, but I know it will drive me batty if I've got to be standing them up all the time. You know, when I get Christmas cards and put them up, I have that problem, so that's better. I have to put it on the top and the bottom. Okay, let's have a look. Where did I have it? There. Okay. There, let's get this on there like that. Okay, now push that around like that. The same with the other one. Push that around like that. Now press it down a bit, and look, that's standing up all right as it is. Then, where's the crease? The crease is there, so put some glue all the way. Whoa, sorry, out of shot. Put some glue all the way. I'll put some more there. All trial and error, but you can learn from what I, you know, do. There we go. Oh, that's going to stand up so much better, isn't it? And do that with the wings. You could still weight it down, and like I said, it's going to be on a shelf. I think that will work much better. You could probably angle those going the other way. Just so you don't see them, like perhaps, oh, stop it, maybe like that, and like that. That's better. That way you don't see the back of it. Oh, that stands wonderfully. That, not even tilting now. Perhaps, did I, oh, see, I should have just copied that before I did it, but I've already got it bent ready. So what I will do is I'll just trace around that. Have your opening for the inside of it to go there like that. That's right. Okay, and I think I could probably take that in a little bit more. So, because each of them are bent a little bit different, I guess. So that will go like that. Yep, that's it. Okay, so I'm going to flatten it this time and put a bit of glue on here. Like that. And that tab. Now, this side is longer than this side, so I want to flip that and put that on there. Like that. Okay. Let's see if we're getting this right. Like that. And they will come around like that. That one will stand up nicely as well. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. You could even kind of do that. Yeah, that's nice. Gives it a little bit of, yeah. Just kind of push it in a little bit. And put her little wings back. And we have two that stand up perfectly. Got their own little bases to store them. They can go inside of one another. And that was an easy fix for that with my ceiling fans. You may not have that problem, like I said. You know, I could even, if I find my clear glitter all around the edge there. I think that would be lovely. Gee, I wish I knew where it was. I had it. I found it. I found it. This one is frosted lace, and that's the other one. See, that's stardust. Can you see the difference? That one has colours in it, and this doesn't. Okay, so this is the one I want to use, and I'm going to go ahead and I think put it around the edge of the flowers there. Oh, I can hear a cockatoo outside, I think. There we go. That will be nice. Okay, so I'll go ahead and do that, and then I'll show you them all when they're finished. Okay, so I'll just show you. I've made the two little decorations, ideal for putting on a gift. You could just attach that to the front of a gift if you wanted to, or double-sided. And a little bit of glitter, and you have a lovely little ornament to hang on the Christmas tree. You can send that in a Christmas card to somebody, or attach to some happy mail, anything like that, or just pop it on your own Christmas tree. So I've made a couple of those, and they're, like I said, double-sided and glittered. And of course the little standing ornaments that are still drying, so I need to be a little bit careful. And I think they're very pretty, and with the addition of just a wider stand at the back, and I hope that was easy to understand how I made that. They stand up wonderfully well. You could even put a large candle behind it as well, you know, just to glow out or something like that. So thank you for joining me today, and this was a fun little project. Didn't take very long at all. Like as usual, the glitter drying time was the longest part. So take care, everybody, and if you're interested, I'll put a link to Nicola's Etsy store in the description box below. And I think these coordinate beautifully with her Let It Snow journal kit that she came out with for Christmas. And also the little parts that I cut off from these ornaments, I've just cut around, and I will use those at some stage to add to some collage or decorate a page in a journal or something like that. I think they're ideal for that sort of thing. And also using one of the smaller ones as a tuck spot in a journal. I still have all the little butterflies that I can use on other projects as well. So I'm very pleased with that. So, and they printed beautifully. They did. They printed out beautifully. So thank you for joining me, everybody, and take care. Bye-bye.